Hi guys, it's me, Quynh, and I am bringing the complainers back. So I think the complainers episode was probably even before the pandemic, so it's been like a year, and I'm bringing it back because I'm done with my finals and I feel like complaining. Plus, we haven't posted anything in a while. And I figured, while Mai is getting her schoolwork done, I'm just gonna pop in here and complain a little bit. This is very random and I don't really have any plans. But I feel like, that's just how it is. This is just another rant. Just another complaint. So yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. I think usually I complain about other people. So today I'm still just gonna complain about other people and also myself as well. So here's a little update. I have not been very well in touch with my friends. I didn't even have that many friends to begin with, but now I'm like, I only have Mai. So, but the thing is that I just get very disappointed in them because how do I put it? They're not terrible people, but they're not as great as I hope them to be. I got really into social issues the past years and also previous years, but especially the past year, since I had time to sit down and think about social injustices. And also, a lot of things happened last year, and a lot of social injustices were brought up, and we had conversations about those issues, and I feel like they're just kind of brush it off because A, they feel uncomfortable, and B, they don't care enough to talk about them. It's granted, a lot of the social issues that I'm interested in are talked about more in the US, and let's say Black Lives Matter or feminism, all of the things that I care about are usually not that relevant in Vietnam, though I think it should be, but people don't talk about it enough in Vietnam. And and they don't see it. The awareness is not very well spread, so people don't care enough, and people don't even bother to look it up and care more. So that's why I got very disappointed. And it's kind of funny because my dad, since the Asian days, have been caring about all of these issues. Now, he's not the most quote-unquote woke? No, he's not the most well-informed person and up-to-date, but he knows stuff. So, before when I didn't know about all of these things, I would just think about his quote-unquote rambling about all of these injustices, and it was like, oh my god, it's such an old people thing. Only old people would care about all these stuff. Young people, we gotta care about what's the trend, what's the trendy cafes, what are we doing now here, what's the music going. And yeah, it's kind of sad. But that was, I guess, like, I was very young. So it was like, that's what teenagers do, right? So yeah. But then it's very hard to agitate this. It's not like I hate my friends or anything, just like I feel disappointed. And like when you have very few friends and they're not terrible people and you have a bond already, and then they disappoint you, and you just kind of find ways to justify how they messed up. So yeah, that's also a me problem, but I feel like everybody deserves a second chance, and I've given them multiple second chance, but nothing really changed. So I just get disappointed. People are overrated. Cats are forever, I guess. And also, I get disappointed in myself because I see me in my friends and their ignorance, because I was once in a lesser known place. So that's why, it's like a complex. I just go back and forth. I just try to think about like, oh, I was once like that too. And it took me quite some time to, inform myself and educate myself better. And I'm not an expert, and I'm sure, I am sure, flawed in many ways. But like, can people just know better? Come on, we're all like 21 now, and you can legally drink and smoke and do all of the shit that you've always wanted to do. Can we just be, nicer and more well-informed and speak like intelligent young people? Is it that hard? I don't know. It's kind of sad. And I really still want to be friends with them, but whenever I talk to them or I meet them, well, I don't really meet anybody, but like, like when we have interactions, it's very disappointing. Excuse me, there are something in my neighborhood right now, so you can hear the siren going. But yeah, and I also want to complain about how roses are ugly, and why red roses are the symbol of love and passion, and white roses are the symbol of pureness and innocence and goodness. Because they are ugly, okay? I don't care for roses, please. They're overrated. Chamomile is pretty. Dandelion is pretty. Orchids are pretty. Roses, overrated. That's a bit of a tangent. But yeah. The same thing happens with my parents. But I guess as children, we get disappointed by our parents all the time. That's kind of like part of the job, I guess. I'm not saying they're bad parents. I'm very grateful. I am very grateful to have parents who care for me and provide me with things that I need, including affection and love. But you know how parents are, and you know how kids are, aka me. We don't usually get along. And I think if I was at home right now, if we're not half a globe away from each other, we would be driving each other crazy. And I don't know how I live with them and see them and have dinner with them every single day for 16 years. Because it was like the weirdest thing ever when I came back. Back in like 2018, I came back. I stayed in Vietnam for like almost a year because I gotta work on my mental health. And things were not working out for me. Anyways, I stayed at home and it was driving me crazy. I just really, really needed my space. And my mom is like the epitome of like a family woman. She wants like that kind of warm family feeling when it's dinner time. Everybody's got to be at the dinner table. Talk to each other. Tell her about your day. Tell each other about their day. And just quality family time. And like, I'm cool. But like, she's just kind of stressed too much about it. Like sometimes we don't, I'm hungry and I eat first, or my dad just went upstairs a little bit late, and like, yeah, I get it's nice, but when you're enforcing something that lacks flexibility, it's not as nice anymore. It's more a task than like quality family time because you're yelling at each other. There you go. And then also she got too involved into my life because I understand it. I've been away for too long, and like, I'm not that kind of kid that call their parents every day. I don't do that. I'm sorry. I forget about it. Or sometimes I just don't want to talk to people, including my parents. So I understand that she wants to get involved when I'm home. But anyways, it goes a little too far sometimes. Like, she wanted me to always keep the door to my private room open because she wants to see what I'm doing in there. And she wanna... I sound like a spoiled child now, I guess, but I really, really like my space. I think it keeps me sane. If people just get too involved, it scares me away, not gonna lie. I think maybe it's a me problem. Maybe it's my parents' problem. Is it the Vietnamese culture? I don't know. Because my dad seems fine with it. He enjoys his own space. And he let me have my own space too. But my mom is another story. And I understand that she loves his family. She loves me. She wants to spend time with me. But like, I don't know. I probably need to figure this out because I will go back home next year, I guess, once the pandemic is over. And that might drive me even more crazy because the pandemic really, really kind of enhanced the mentality of loving my own space more and more and more. And like, yeah, being at home with other people would actually drive me crazy. Not that it doesn't now, but yeah. And then just minor things like I don't want to touch on my dating life. It's not great. It didn't exist before, but it is happening now, guys. Listen, it's happening. It's not fascinating because I'm not seeing like multiple people at once because I can't do that. I don't have the energy to do that. I literally cannot talk and I'm very awkward usually. But yeah, I get very anxious because you're seeing a new person and you don't know how they are. Yeah, I get very anxious. It's a me thing. I understand, but I still want to complain about it. It's just kind of fun because I have this kind of love scenario when things just happen organically. Like, for example, I would be at the library and like someone in the library would be interested in me because we stay in the same spot in the library every day at the same time. So like maybe when I just like get out of my seat a little bit, they would like leave a note or something, like their phone number. Oh my god, this is very specific. But yeah, I think that's very romantic. And I talked to Mai about this. And she loves it too. So I guess we have the same taste when it comes to romance. But I also understand that is not going to happen. I'm not the kind of person when you look and you'll be like, I want to get to know her. Like that's not that, because I have like a dead face, the do not talk to me face, and I'm bad at texting, replying to texts, and also calling. Calls are just the worst. They give me so much anxiety. Even the ringtone is terrible. Please do not call me ever, ever, ever. Unless it's like an emergency and somebody is dying or something. Don't call me. Texts are cool. I'm okay with texts. I don't really like texting, actually. I mean, it's kind of weird as an introvert that you're like, don't like texting that much. I enjoy texting with Mai because we send memes to each other and like that's how we bond, because we just want to pretend that we're funny. But with other people, you know, like when you reach your point, when you see a meme and you think of that person, like that is like the strongest bond ever. That means that that person is important to you, that you want to talk to that person. So usually it's, I don't know, texts are okay. I don't mind, but I'm just like bad at replying and remembering to text. And like sometimes I don't want to talk, and I don't think it's nice to ghost people that are not close to you, because if I ghost Mai, she would be like, oh, this bitch is not having it right now. Okay, I'll text her later. Like she'll get it, you know. She wouldn't feel offended, or she wouldn't feel bad, or she probably would even forget that I ghosted her for like 12 hours, and then she'll send me like a meme or something, and we're like, ha 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 ha, this is so funny, and we talk about something else. That's how we bond. Real story has actually happened. But yeah, but people you're not close with, it's hard to do that because I don't know, I'm very anxious. They probably doesn't really care that, or doesn't even notice that I'm not replying. But listen, I'm very anxious, okay? I think about what other people think of me. So texting, not so hot, but better than calling. Plus, I have this like weird millennials and Gen Z preference when I text. So, and like people try to be funny, and like I have come to a point to accept that I am not funny. And yeah, I can be funny sometimes, no, but usually I'm not that funny. And like it's a very specific kind of humor. So like when I'm just like very boring when you text me, and then when you meet me in person, you would figure out that I am also boring in person too, because I don't work on myself as far as communicating to other people goes, because a lot of talking happens in my head, but not like verbally. I don't speak. Because why would I speak when you can just save the energy of talking and do it in your head, right? So yeah, totally logical. So I have a hard time agitating what I actually want to say, because things sounds very fluent, very fluid and smooth in my head, but when it comes out of my mouth, it's just like broken words. And yeah, count how many likes I have said throughout the course of this episode. But anyways, that's it. That's all I have for you today. And we will be back soon with an episode after my is done with her schoolwork. And also sending good vibes to my, hopefully she would outdo her stupid teammates and, you know, get the grades that she deserved because she worked hard. Love you. Love everybody. We'll be back soon. Goodbye.